as well. Here he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in Calais and Lady Mayoress for receiving us. Thanks to the people who've been trying to save the migrants and everybody who's working in the hospital in Calais, people from the prefecture who are carrying on trying to deal with this drama. So what happened today, to our knowledge, 33 people were drowned in Calais, between Calais and Dunkirk. There are 2 people who've been saved, and their days are numbered. Amongst the 33 dead, there, as far as we know, 5 women and a little girl. We don't have any more information with regard to those people. Of course, one will carry on searching for them in the hours that come to see if there aren't any other people. Today, just during the day between the Pas-de-Calais and the northern zone, there were 580 gendarmes who were looking at the beaches along the coast, and there were 255 people who succeeded in getting to the other side of the channel, but 671 who were stopped from going through. So therefore, we're talking about a day like any other day of the migrants who are spending a few hours, a few days, a few weeks on our territory and who want to go to England at their risk and peril. And often, like today, we can see these appalling dramas. I would also like to say that those who are initially responsible for the situation, the passeurs, in other words, criminals, who for a few thousand euros organize human trafficking from Iraq, from Afghanistan, from Africa, from Asia, and who then use these people. They make them come to Belgium, to Holland, and specifically to France to cross the channel and to go to the United Kingdom. And it's those people we have to fight against. There were 1,500 that have been arrested since the 1st of January, and 4 of them today. We suspect that they were directly linked to that particular embarkation, and 2 of them were arrested. 4 of them were arrested today. From the 1st of January, 7,800 migrants were saved at sea by sailors, and I'd like to thank the National Marine and the Army for having helped, by the Maritime Gendarmerie, by the police officers, by the gendarmes, by the people who've saved them, who also are intervening, and their lives are at peril also to try to save these men and women. 7,800 lives that we've saved. Of course, our victory, but today it's an appalling situation for France, for Europe, and for humanity to see these people perish at sea because of these traffickers. And I'd also like to say that we enormously appreciate the Mayor of Calais and everybody who along the coast has been undergoing this situation for far too long. And today we've still got to really work with the President of the Republic and the Prime Minister to try to improve their lives and to try to stop these embarkations with our German friends as well, because the Zodiacs often are bought, or dinghies are bought in Germany, and we want the German government to stop that. And our Belgian colleagues, because 60% who are in Calais and Dunkirk come from Belgium. And of course, our British opposite numbers, with whom I'm almost in relation every day. And I would also like to say that the means that we used today were very important. There were 3 ships, 2 helicopters, a British helicopter, a French helicopter, and of course, dozens of people who were risking their lives to try to save these lives. Are you sure that all the victims were on one embarkation? I can't tell you. All I know is that, according to the National Marine, the dinghy that there were 30 of them, there's possibly still one person that we're looking for, but we can't confirm that piece of information. But it was a very frail, very embarkation. And when the people came to save them, that ship or dinghy was kind of completely like it was like a pool that you blow up on in your garden. So it was possibly just one embarkation, but dozens of migrants tried to cross the channel in a very cold sea. It's almost the greatest motorway because there are so many ships between the Dutch ports and the other port. So therefore, it's very possible that it was just one embarkation with all these people. We've never encountered such a catastrophe in the past, over the past 20 years. What's your reaction? Don't you feel a bit responsible? Nevertheless, there's always responsibility, but the first responsibility is that of the criminals, the traffickers. And of course, this really touched us, but we're also very upset, but we're also furious as far as these traffickers are concerned, and also as far as other countries that are not entirely playing the game as far as the interception of these criminals. They have to be treated like criminals because, after all, they resemble terrorists, they traffic drugs, and today they are playing with the lives of pregnant women and who then die, and sometimes babies as well. And of course, it's an extraordinary drama. And it certainly, we have to be able to respond, the police, the justice system, and we have to have extra means to be able to deal with it. And not only the French people, we can see that it's an international problem. We can see that the ships are brought far away. Often, in fact, they get aboard and get into lorries 400 or 500 kilometers away, and they wait for days and days in Calais or Dunkirk. And of course, without international intelligence to see where the traffickers are in the UK, in Belgium, in Germany, elsewhere, we won't be able to fight against these criminals. And I also want to say that, of course, it is a major drama. Of course, there are other dramas. As you know, that there have been 7 that disappeared, but every day some gendarmes and police officers are risking their lives to try to save these people, because, as I remind you, there were 7,100 who tried to get over since 1st of January. So first of all, my first emotion is fury. And tomorrow morning, with the Prime Minister and the ministers meeting, and with the President of the Republic, we will submit some new proposals as far as means we can use to try to dismantle these networks. And what about the UK? Well, of course, the UK has also got to respond. 3 days ago, I had an exchange with Priti Patel, the British minister, and to see what means the UK will give France. And of course, more police officers, more cameras, more gendarmes. So we have to work together, 2 major countries who are friends. We have to fight against these traffickers together, and they play on our borders. And sadly, our differences of legislation sometimes mean that there's a slight lack of cooperation. And so, therefore, I also mentioned this to the minister a few days ago. Of course, we didn't know that this would happen today, but I sent her a list from the judicial police to try to improve response and improve the response from our governments. And we want to ensure it's an international, coordinated, tough response. And we have to make sure that this appalling drama doesn't stop further dramas. And France is certainly putting in great means as far as this fight against clandestine immigration. Imagine 780 police officers were involved today, and we're talking about, of course, wintertime, but this can only be done if Belgium, Germany, Holland, and UK work all together. Possibly we're not working together enough yet, but we really must fight against these criminals, just as we fight against terrorists. Are you trying to find some other people at the moment? Well, there are 2 people that have been saved, that were saved heroically by the national marine, but their lives are in danger. They've got hypothermia. But I don't think that there's possibility of finding other survivors. Of course, the National Marine is still carrying out its work. So there are 2 people that have been saved and 33 who died, to my knowledge. And of course, we don't have all the details, but 34 people had embarked, 33 were found, 2. So there's still 1 person that's disappeared. What nationalities? We don't yet know the nationality of these people because, of course, we don't have any documents, of course, and the people that are being looked after today, of course, are in intensive care, so we can't interrogate them. Thank you very much.